So I've never done anything like this before. Um, I think all I've reacted to that's sort of outside of an album or a song. A long time ago, I did this or in my lists videos would be the Lana Del Rey vocals compilation. That was probably one of the first ones. Live concert things, Porter Robinson, Black Country Road. That sort of goes hand in hand with what I would do here. And I think the one that kind of stands out the most would be in the museum music reaction. I did react to um, sort of a video about the sort of museum thing, like the art installation that he set up. And now you asked me to check this out, and I replied back like if I should react to this or so forth. I tried to like look in to see if anyone's ever reacted to any of these things. Maybe they have on Twitch or something like that, but there's nothing on YouTube. Um, but okay, you're maybe interested in seeing my perspective on Edward Skeletrix doing an interview. Now this channel, Our Generation Music, and this Well series, I am aware of this only so little because of Jane Remover being on it recently. And I didn't watch that. I don't really like look into things that deeply about artists. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to interviews and so forth. If it comes my way, it'll come my way. If anything, I would usually get information from like a documentary, potentially, right? Not that I'm not interested in these things. It's just, I don't know, man. There is so many ways. That's why when I hear people, and this is just me, when people talk about boredom in their life, I can maybe, it's not really about boredom, but the repetition of sort of art that we can consume, or things like this that we can consume. But holy fuck, there is so many things that I want to consume in life, and I cannot get to all of it. It'll be impossible to get to all of it. But here I am. So in a way, maybe this is a blessing that I'm going to be able to watch this. I don't know what to expect. I'll try to. I'm really going to try to, have commentary on this because I am aware of sort of the commentary on reacting to things of the like. And, if you're going to post something like this, you have to kind of make it your worthwhile. You know what I mean? Although the ethical nature of it doesn't really matter when it comes to, like, how many views I'm going to get in comparison. It's not like one of those situations where I'm some big content creator stealing.
Everybody, let's give them a round of applause. All right, y'all. Let's have an amazing episode, okay? And on my cue, action.
Well. Edward Skeletrix.
I want to say that I don't associate with Brennan Jones at all anymore. He's not a...
I will say too, I found out about this interview through Reddit. I looked at Edward Skeletrix's Reddit recently just because I wanted information on this album coming out that didn't really have a lot of information, and an album did not come out. But I'm getting notifications about fucking this stuff now on my phone. And I did see that there was stuff about Brennan Jones. He's not hanging around with him anymore. And Linnea, you did say as well, or commented, that some people think it's more of a thing for promotion of Brennan Jones' next album, which I have heard as well. I don't know what to think. We'll go into this a little more. One more comment, though, I will say. Dude, I fucking love this guy's voice. I don't know what it is. It's a great voice.
I want to say something to his father and his mother. I feel like they really deserve to know some things because, your son said he was going to kill me in my sleep. He said he was going to kill me in my sleep, and I know you're a pastor. I know you didn't raise him like this, and I feel like you guys deserve to know a couple of things. And
just the idea of Brennan Jones, like, dad being a pastor is so, like, I don't know, just, like, considering the music he's making and, like, sort of what that imagery could be, it's an interesting dichotomy there, for sure. Now to comment on this too, because I had already seen the thing about him trying to kill him in his sleep. Like, I'm gonna have to have an opinion on if this is true. Where the fuck is that coming from, right? There's no context really needed to understand that if someone does that, okay, like, there's something like a behavioral problem wrong there. What's gonna happen though? It's a little, if this is real, right? Like, the difficult situation here is like, okay, yeah, Edward like cut ties with the guy, okay, but what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he has ever actually done anything, or if this is just threats, if it's empty threats. If it's not empty threats, it's like, you know, is he actually going to do something to harm someone in the future, right? Or has he done something in the past? Like, there's so many, like, things that we just don't know.
Oh yeah, and by the way, the reason why I'm speaking publicly about this is because Brennan's, he put a teaser to a diss track on me that he said he's releasing, and he put a video with the movie American History X. You guys should watch that movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But back to what I was saying.
Okay, I think I loosely saw things on Reddit about this as well. Sorry for pausing so much. I just feel like I gotta fucking, you know, commentate. Something, I guess people are suggesting this idea of, and I don't I'd have to see the video again, but I did see something about maybe Brennan Jones, like, maybe, let's just search it up. Something about Brennan Jones and Kanye West. So this is what I'm talking about. I saw this. I gotta rewatch this to sort of understand.
Should we still be bumping Kanye?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What's your reason?
Bro, when he said he fucked with Hitler, that shit was fire.
Okay, I don't know, man. Even the way he's saying it here, like, I think it comes off as being intentionally edgy. Right? But to go back to what he's saying about using a diss in relation to American History X, if you haven't seen that movie, it's really, really fucking good movie. Some people are not particularly the biggest fan of it in the film critic world, but other people definitely love it. I'm one of those people. I'd have to rewatch it. That movie basically is, this kid is like born into a Nazi family. I shouldn't spoil the movie, actually. There's a lot of shit that happens in it, but yeah, I don't want to spoil the movie. I genuinely think you should just watch that movie yourself.
When I moved in with your son, he was talking about like, oh, I only have like 1,000 followers, and I moved to New York to make something of myself in fashion, and you know, things of that nature. And he was like, oh, nothing's happening for me, so I'm probably gonna move back to Florida with my parents. And you know, he would just really harp on it a lot, and he would always talk about it every day and be sad that like nothing was happening for him. So, you know, I was getting kind of annoyed, I won't lie, but I also felt a little bad. So if you don't like make a video right now, we're gonna make a video, and you're gonna start like rapping and all of this stuff, because it's really annoying to me how you keep talking about it, so, but you don't take any action. So either shoot something right now and like let me edit it, or just don't mention this to me ever again. So he was like, okay. I ended up getting him a deal for $150,000 when he had 0 monthly listeners. Like, he didn't have a Spotify account, and you know.
Okay, and I guess I saw a comment too about like this song being label meeting, and it's like Brennan Jones isn't in the back of the song, and I guess it's supposed to. Well, Edward Skeletrix commented on that, saying like, yeah, like that's the point of it, is that like I did a meeting for Brennan. Yo, if you have 0 monthly listeners, you get an $150,000 deal. Fuck, you can only be so lucky.
I'm not saying this to really brag or anything, but I was really doing like everything for him. I was telling him like what color to dye his hair. Yeah, I got him a deal for $150,000 with with no monthly listeners, no Spotify account. And in the meeting, you know, I'm speaking on his behalf in the label meeting. And in the meeting, they said, yeah, Edward, we wanna give you $2,000 a month to creative direct him, like, which is what you've already been doing. But we get into the car, like after the deal, on the way home, because you know we live together, and Brennan's like, bro, I just don't know about the two bands. I don't know about the two bands, bro. And I'm like, what do you mean? If you don't want me to take it, that's fine. I won't take it. And he just kept saying, I don't know. And then, by the way, I haven't made a dime off of Brennan Jones. Like, I wasn't making any money off of him. I was just helping him out of the kindness of my heart. So eventually he was like, bro, can you ask them if the money is coming out of my deal and not or coming out of my deal? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll ask them. It's just extra for you, Edward. I was like, okay. So I told Brennan.
Dude, I don't get that. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm like a fucking broke boy. Right? Maybe I see money differently, but I think if I'm being given $150,000 and I don't really have this certain, you know, I don't have any of these fucking listeners, any of that shit, and I'm now mad about like potentially $2,000 coming out of, even if they were taking the money out of that, I don't know, man, I think you're being granted a good one. Right? I don't know. In many ways now, it's up to you. Make the fucking music. Do what you need to do, man. And I'm sure you can still be in constant communication with these people, couldn't you? You just gotta, like, fucking prove yourself.
Eventually, one day, he said, yo, Edward, can you just ask them to give me all the money instead of you? Just ask them to give them all the money instead of you. So...
Why don't you fucking do it, though? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why are you putting Edward in this fucking awkward position? If you care so fucking much about the money, why don't you say something? Like, I don't agree with you saying something. Like, I just think it's maybe a little greedy. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, if you don't want a creative director, okay. But I don't understand why you wouldn't communicate that with them anyways. Or if you should have communicated them with that at the deal. Or I don't know, man. That may have fucking soured things.
I told Brennan, they said, no, the money's only for me, whatever. And he was just like, bro, I don't know about that shit, bro. I don't know about that. Maybe a day later, he asked me, he's like, all right, bro, just take the money, but just pay my rent, though. Pay my rent. And this was last year, by the way, when I first moved in with him. And I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna pay your rent for the whole year, but I'll pay your rent for 5 months. So, okay, now that that's out the way, that just shows me that I didn't really care that he was taking the money. Like, that was smart on his part. I don't blame him. Like, he should want the money. There's like a certain amount of songs in the deal. So I got him a deal for $150,000 for about 15 songs or so. So I was like, okay, put all of the songs on the album so we can so you can get out of the deal and we can start talking to other labels and things like that. So he's like, okay. So he ends up not putting all of the songs on the album. And there's about like 3 or 5 songs left, I don't remember. And the label is like, hey, Brennan, we want to give you $100,000 for 10 more songs. And I was like, yo, Brennan, don't take that. I could get you more money. So I ended up negotiating the deal from $100,000 for 10 songs to $300,000 for 10 songs. So guess what he does? He doesn't drop the songs or he doesn't take the money either. So at that point, I'm not getting paid from the label anymore. Also, this guy's not my friend because there's this guy named Henry Caba who's like like a TikTok guy or something. And, I have no problem with Henry Cava, by the way, but he scammed me for like $200. I paid him $200 to do something, and like he just scammed me. And I told Brennan about it, and Brennan knew about this information, but still let Henry stay in our house.
The main thing I'd want to say is it does seem like if Brennan's not like kind of holding up his, you know, his end of the deal here, right? You just have to realize like it's not worth your, like you said, it's not worth your energy, right? You have your own career, own shit to do. Like fuck, you can't be kind of having to deal with this, it seems, codependency on you. You know what I mean? Like, just one of those things. You want to be an artist, this fucking guy gave you the tools to do so, and this guy who scammed you, I guess you gave some context to it, that he's pretty broke and dealing with his girlfriend. I think obviously maybe he's not a bad guy, but he's definitely playing some fucking desperate games that could injure him in the future if he continues to do things like that.
It was me, your son, and this other guy named Matthew in the room. And Brennan's like, oh, you paid Maddox to wear your clothes, right? And I was like, nah, I never paid Maddox to wear my stuff. Shout out Maddox, by the way, I fuck with Maddox. I was like, oh, that's what you've been telling people. That's what you've been telling people, like as a joke. I'm saying that as a joke. And he kind of lashes out and he says, oh, I don't fuck with how you treat me like I'm a little brother or something like that. Like, I'm not your little brother. I don't like how you always assume that I'm talking bad about you behind your back. I mean, you know, I know he like talks bad about me behind my back sometimes. It's okay, like, it's just a little gossip. Like some people tell me what he says, so it's okay. But I just say, you know, every joke has a little bit of truth. And then, you know, it's kind of getting a little bit heated. We're going back and forth. I don't like how you can troll everybody and joke around, but when somebody says a joke to you, you can't take it. And he's just, you know, we're going back and forth. He used to be out here like in the living room playing FIFA with me, and we used to play Call of Duty Zombies and stuff like that. And I say, I mean, I don't know why you care about me not hanging out with you that much anymore. We're not friends. Our relationship is just transactional. We're not really friends. Like, I don't know why you care about me not hanging out with you as much. And then when I say that, you know, he starts crying, like with like real tears coming out of his eyes, and his face is all red. And, you know, I start laughing. I'm not laughing at him. It's just kind of an awkward situation. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that thing with this guy. There's so many pieces that I don't know, sort of, about their relationship. Edward says this, and this guy says this, and I do think, I don't know, man. You know, when you have certain people in your circle, and I don't know what this guy has with you in relation to your career, but I don't know, it's odd. I don't really know. But him discussing, like, you not hanging around with him anymore, like, I do wonder, at least I do see potentially you were moving to, you know, bigger fan base. You have more expectations. Maybe you're busier than you used to be. I don't know. But, or at the same time, you're just not thinking the same way as this guy is. But it does feel like this is a conflict that of two people. It doesn't seem like they're coming to a resolution. Like, I understand you saying that this person's talking shit about you, and yeah, man, people do talk shit. How do you resolve that? I sometimes think that can be difficult. The best thing you can do is obviously when you're dealing with people who you feel are not really for you like that is you do have to distance yourself. And yeah, sometimes as much as you would like to, and you didn't really do it here, but as much as you would like to sort of call them out on it, it's just best to just avoid it altogether. Just let them, fuck off.
I wake up to like him fighting my friend, Matthew. His name's Deporte de Mundo on IG or whatever, but he's fighting him and he like kicks him out of our crib. Well, I let him stay in our crib because like he's like 18 and his mom just kicked him out, and I wanted him to have somewhere to stay. And Brennan kicks him out, so he's homeless now. And yeah, but then Brennan eventually ends up begging him to come back, like, yo, sorry that I don't want you to be homeless, please come back. So he comes back, and then, next morning I go to sleep, I wake up, and, I'm just brushing my teeth, and I hear Brennan screaming like psychotically at the top of his lungs. And it's just kind of strange to me, but I'm not really thinking too hard about it. I'm like, that's kind of odd. And I hear like thumping on the walls. And then I just leave the crib. I go to some girl's crib. When I'm at the girl's crib, I get a call from Matthew, and he says, bro, I'm done, bro. I'm about to go to the Brooklyn Bridge, da-da-da. And I'm like, bro, what happened? Like, just tell me what happened. And he's like, bro, I'm just done with Brennan's bullshit. He's like, bro, Brennan kicked me out of the crib, like I'm homeless again. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, bro, you didn't hear everything he was saying about you? He kept saying like all of this crazy stuff, and he kept saying like, I'm gonna kill Edward in his sleep. I'm gonna kill Edward in his sleep. And he just kept repeating that. He was like, you didn't hear him punching the walls? He was punching the walls, and when he came out of his room, his knuckles were all bloody and stuff. And I was like, nah, I didn't hear none of that shit. Like, that's fucking crazy. I was like, yo, that is crazy as hell.
Yeah. It's delicate. If this is real, again, people suggesting that maybe this is all for Brennan Jones' next album. But if this is real, yeah, there's definitely some issues there, and sometimes it can be difficult to toe the line between like this person is, psychotic in a way that is problematic, and/or there is mental health issues that can be resolved. But at the end of the day, you alone, Edward, it is not your responsibility. You know what I mean? Yeah, parents' responsibility, a professional's responsibility. You, this person working alongside him, there's only so much you can do, and you have to worry about your own fucking life, right? And when this person's causing so much strife like this, like kicking this fucking homeless kid out, it's like you kind of need to distance yourself, get rid of that, right?
After he dropped like the white supremacy stuff, some people that I hang with, they didn't really like that. They were telling me, they were like, yeah, Edward, like, I don't really fuck with that shit. Like, let me know when Brennan's back in the crib. I'm gonna get 3 niggas and we're gonna like run in his shit, and we're gonna rob him. Like, I want the.
Okay, and this is the thing too. If you're having a relationship with other people, discussing like causing violence and robbing him, yeah, like violence begets violence, right? Like, you are not solving an issue here. Like, yeah, get rid of Brennan, okay, but we're not, like, that isn't a smart decision.
Like, no, like, what are you guys doing? Like, we're not doing that right now. Like, that's like crazy. We don't need to do that. So it's like, your son's not doing good. I want to give some closure to like Brennan's girlfriend. I know that you like, I saw that you posted me on your close friends, and you posted a picture of me, Brennan, and someone else, and you were like, oh hey, these are my ex's friends. Either my ex or his friends texted me this craziness, and then you showed the text that you got like from an anonymous number, and it was saying like, you're a fat black bitch, and I want you to know I didn't say that. The other person didn't say that. We didn't say like you pick cotton and you're a fat black bitch and all of that stuff. Because I saw the number that you put in the screenshot, so I just want to let you know it wasn't like me or the other person. So
I do have to say about that text message and stuff like that. Ooh, like yeah, I feel bad for her having to deal with that. I understand that it wasn't you. I don't know if you know who it was, but at least, you know, there is a community of people around you or people involved with this drama and so forth that need to fucking go, man. I'm seeing with the one friend's talking about beating the shit out of him, with Brennan being crazy. I just feel like there's a lot of ties you need to cut. All right, because it's not serving you. It's only making things worse for you. Right? Like, I'm not saying like you can just outright be like, these people are bad, fuck all of you. But you need to do things for your own safety, especially for your career, man. Like, people, like, that is taking time and energy from you, right? None of that's worth it, right? You just fucking really need to try to mind your peace. And again, when you get involved in drama that's, like, kind of ending up on the internet like this, too, it's just fucking, right? Right? I think the main perspective that you should be bringing to this interview, yeah, is Brennan acting crazy, he needs help. I don't know if you're like, I don't know what the full, you know what I mean, like if you have a way to contact his parents or whatever to even like figure this out, but right, I do think bringing this to the public, I understand the reasoning behind it when it comes to if Brennan Jones is trying to, you know, write a diss track and potentially slander your name, then you feel the need to suggest the context. But that's a fucking annoying, right? Is that you feel the need that you have to even say anything. Like, you have to be this person to say something. You know? It's a lot.
he ended up just not taking the money because he thought, oh, they could give me 500K. I want 500K. And then I guess the streams were going down or something, and because I wasn't helping him, I don't know what happened, but the label was like, oh, we don't want to give you 300K anymore, and he kept just insisting for 500, and then it eventually ended up being zeros. All right, we're finished. Now I could pour up. But we're catching this, right? Like, this is good.
For this segment, I'm going to show you a set of pictures, and you're going to react to it.
I started designing while I was in the psychiatric ward. I mean, for that, I just put the picture there so like people could get an idea of what my work looked like. Those bags, they were inspired by like schizophrenia. So, you know, I just wanted to put that caption to give a little bit of context.
They were inspired by schizophrenia? Are you schizophrenic? Is that why you're in the psychiatric ward? I don't really know anything about this. Again, my extent of knowing Edward's personal life is quite minimal, but he's in a psychiatric hospital. Okay. I will say, you know, being in a place like that where you can kind of be away from reality for a while, it certainly would give you opportunity, free time to be creative. I don't know all the details though at the end of the day, and I know being in those places can still be quite difficult.
That was the best job that I ever had.
Okay, so it was a job.
It was super shocking because I felt like people who were in the psych were like half of them, you would never know that something was wrong with them. They just looked completely normal.
Your co-workers being more crazy than the patients.
Yeah, my coworkers, I mean, one time, this is just one story. I have thousands of stories, but my coworker, he was like 40, like 50 years old or something. And, you know, he would talk to me about girls and stuff. And one day, excuse me. No, one day I was just chilling at home. And, you know, I'm not going to expose him or nothing, but like his name let's just say his name was like Derek. So I got a notification on my phone that said, oh, hey, this is your confirmation code to your OnlyFans account, Derek. Like, I guess he tried to sign up for an OnlyFans account, like in my name, because my coworker, or he was like my boss, so I had to like clock in his room with my email and stuff. It was a very old facility, so it was kind of dated, but yeah, I guess he just knew my email and wanted to sign up for an OnlyFans account with my email, and he thought it was gonna work or something. I don't know, but I have like millions of stories like that.
Why don't you just do another fucking email? What a weirdo.
The reason why I left is another story. Like, another one of my coworkers said he was gonna shoot up the place. Like, he said he was gonna like shoot up, like, okay, so we used to go on missions. Like, we used to get sent on missions because it was a campus, like a small city. While it was me and him, he told me he was gonna shoot everybody up tomorrow. Like, he was gonna like go on a mass shooting spree. And I was like, fuck this shit, nigga. I'm about to leave.
Yeah, it kind of does make a coworker seem... I would do the same thing. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? I understand what he's saying, though, about like multiple buildings like that. There's one for like children. I don't think it might be like psychiatric. I'm not even sure. Yeah, there's like all these different buildings. I've had to like deliver pizza there. And yeah, we have like our own fucking map. It's like you're being delivered to this building, It's fine.
I mean, can people see it on the camera? I don't have to read it. I don't want to read it. But yeah, like that's really true. Y'all should watch that video.
What is it called?
I don't even remember, but I think it was called like how to stop derealization and depersonalization. I don't really remember the title. People know the title. They'll comment that the title to that video.
That's interesting. So you have depersonalization, derealization. I've been hit big with those things. I never had to deal with any of that stuff until what year was it? 2022. I fucking took one good hit of the fucking Benjamin, and I was fucked. Like, I was so outside of reality, and I was so panicked, freaked out. But then I was in that state of like out of reality for like a month straight. Yeah, and at that time, you know, I was fucking smoking weed heavily, like every single day since at some point in COVID. When COVID started, nothing going on, boom, getting high. And yeah, for a whole month I was so fucking like paranoid, and wasn't in reality, and I was like, when the fuck is that gonna end? And I remember I smoked a tiny amount of weed, and it kind of like set me back, like set me okay. And I think I was doing that like small little puffs until So that would have been in around June of 2022. July, I took the mini puff, and then I did that until November of 2022, until I got hit big time. And for some reason, that next day, I was able to just stop completely. And then I never have gone back to smoking weed. It doesn't... I used to love it, man. I couldn't... But aside that, it doesn't really matter if I do smoke marijuana. I get hit with, like, derealization and depersonalization every now and again. I had a really bad one a few weeks ago. And sometimes when I take anxiety medication, and when I don't take that, if I miss a day or something, that, like, second day, I can sort of feel it. And him saying that he wants to kill himself, like, yeah, I get it. It's like so confusing. Like, getting in this state of mind, it's like so anxiety driven, and it's like having a panic attack, but this panic attack lasts for like hours. I don't have it last for days or like for a month like it did then, but it'll last like a whole day maybe, or a few really good hours, and then it'll go away. And I fucking hate it. I feel so disconnected from everyone around me. Yeah. And having to figure out like that this is something that afflicts people, because at the time when it first happened, I had no clue what the fuck was going on. Right? I really thought I was just super insane. And I did see something a while back too that Tom York has dealt with that. Yeah, it's fucking awful.
And those videos on my channel, like, I just kept those videos up on my channel as like an artistic choice, you know, like, I feel like it really adds something, you know, to like the curation.
What are your favorite games of all time?
My favorite game of all time, probably Maple Story. Yeah, Maple Story. I mean, Maple Story, Modern Warfare 2, FIFA, Tekken. Yeah.
Bro, I
I haven't really played any of those games. I played maybe FIFA once or twice. Modern Warfare 2, though, I can say I played that a lot. That was one of the first like M-rated games I ever owned. I didn't get I think, how old was I when I got a PlayStation 3? It would have been 2011, right? So it was, PlayStation 3 had been out for a while. Before that, all I had was a fucking Wii, and then I had a computer that was not really that good. I don't remember when I did finally get a good computer, but like the first, I think Modern Warfare 2 would have been like the second game or like third game I bought for computer. And I was like, oh, I can finally like play this shit. Yeah, I love that game. Tekken, I've never played. Maple Story, I've heard of. I've never played that. My favorite game is Super Mario Sunshine. That shit's so fucking good.
love Maple. I'm breaking character, but I love Maple Story, bro.
You love Maple Story?
Bro, I used to play that shit all in fifth grade, bro. That's
we gotta keep that on the camera. We gotta keep that on the fucking.
Add this in the credit, bro. I fucking love, bro. Bro, cheers to Maple Story, bro. Cheers. I used to make my grandpa buy those like. They were like V-Bucks before V-Bucks.
Yeah, my mom was
I used to
you
make
can't spend no more money on that shit. I used to make my mom buy the little NX.
Yeah, exactly.
NX.
Yes.
I mean, it's not that important to me. Like, I know I love those albums, but music isn't really that important to me. Like, I don't really care too much. That's not really my passion. I know I'm about to get like hella flack for saying that, but I want to elaborate a little bit. I don't really care about music at all. When I make music, it's really like just for like a joke. It's just a joke. I'm just having fun. But I'm doing it so that I can like do my real passion, which is, you know, I want to like control like a group of people and, you know, have enough money to pay them. And I want to just say something and then it comes into existence.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective for him to have on his music, especially too when obviously people who would be interacting with, music and the art that Edward Skeletrix is putting out. Obviously, the music would be sort of the main thing. That's a strong assumption for me. Okay, he's saying he's going to get flack for saying that. Sure, people, they like your music. They don't want you to stop making music. That's tale as old as time for, any artist. It's interesting you say it's, a joke. I understand you saying it's for fun, but it's a joke. I don't know. It's really well-made joke. Right? But okay, I don't know what you're trying to say about controlling these people, paying them to do things. I don't know, specifically what you're trying to say, but I don't know. See where you end up and what that means when it comes to fruition.
That is a lot to write. I mean, to read. But I know exactly what that's talking about. And I had liked that guy's post. The guy at the bottom. Because he was really hitting the nail on his head. I mean, he was hitting the nail on its head, but also, he wasn't. But I really appreciated his analysis, though. I really respect him for, I'm never gonna do a concert. I'm never gonna, perform. So, I just wanted to do something, kind of like a performance art thing. Because I feel like concerts are so boring. But, I mean, it was just, the troll,
That's an interesting perspective once again. I did see something about him not wanting to do concerts, only because I was actually curious. I searched up, live, and I, fucking found nothing. I saw that he came out for Brendan Jones' performance or something like that. I didn't watch that, but I just saw the video. Okay. I understand the art, he's saying, I want to do something new, fresh, a concert is an expected thing for me to do as an artist, so I'm not particularly wanting to do the expected thing. Okay. Alright. I mean, yeah. People love seeing people perform music. You say it's boring, that's your opinion. I certainly don't think it's boring. I fucking love going to concerts, a whole event like that. Lots of good energy, being around other fans. You know what I mean? It's, I don't know. It could be a lot of fun. It can be a bitch to do, though, because I don't live really close. Well, it's a couple hours, 2 hours away to Toronto, but it's a fucking trek. I have to fucking really plan a day. It can be, and then getting home late at night, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I want to go see this artist school, but fuck, man. I'm fucking tired, exhausted, man.
The dude said, I love you, Edward. And then I said, you called me a nigger, though. And then he said, I'm sorry, people change. Yo. Nah, that shit was funny as fuck to me. Yeah. RPX. It was so crazy because, when I was alive, when I was when I was younger, I was bro, I know X seeing my shit. I know X knows, he's definitely heard my music before. Cause I used to be a producer when I was younger, years ago. And I was like, yo, I know X has to be hearing this shit. When he passed away, this song leaked. And I was like, damn, that's crazy as fuck. I was actually right. Cause he had stole my beat. But I don't care. I'm an X fan. I love X. RIP X.
That's pretty cool. Right? Who knows if that song would have ever been released. But XXXTentacion, I remember when he was, not particularly when he was starting out, but a little bit before he was like charting and everyone else knew who he was. Sort of around like the I'm sipping tea in my hood sort of era. And then seeing what he become now, like, or, before he passed, like those albums he was releasing got a lot of publicity, like a lot of traction for that scene of rap music. Like he is, certainly up there, right? He's certainly culturally relevant. So yeah, I mean, for you to see something like that, that's pretty cool.
Did I like skin the white man alive and then like wear his pants? Like wear his skin? Or like what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just super funny. Like it's super funny.
Yeah, that's just weird. I recognize that because it was in one of the music videos that I had reacted to. What that was. I guess it's just sort of like an artistic statement type deal. I couldn't imagine fucking anyone wearing that out,
I mean, I guess my song was on Geometry Dash. I don't play that. I never played that, but respect. Edward Skeletrix is the first post-rage artist. Is that true or not? Y'all let me know. I just thought that was a crazy sentence. That's why I retweeted it. That's my number. That's my real number. That's my real number. Text me. The number not on there?
Edward, lean back.
Oh, yeah. No, that's my real number. Text me. +1 667 222 5469.
What's the craziest text you've gotten?
Edward, I want to give you back shots. You know you want to laugh, boy. You know you want to laugh. That's like one of the greatest pictures I've ever taken. We took that on a self-timer. I take all of my pictures on a self-timer. If I'm in the picture.
Why is there galaxy gas?
The galaxy gas, I mean, it was trending at the time. You know that fucking, what's that nigga name? Mr. T? Or you know who I'm talking about? Bro, you know what I'm talking about. My name is Mr. T, man. Or what you talking about? Yeah. Yeah. My name T, man. That shit was funny as fuck.
I loosely remember seeing things about galaxy gas. I'm not fucking plugged into any of those fucking that meme shit and all that. I can't really get involved anymore.
I'm giving away a free Sterling Ruby jacket at my next exhibition. It's like listed for like $20,000. I'm gonna just throw it into the crowd. Whoever gets it, gets it. But I told you, like, my true passion is controlling a group of people and whatever I say. Yeah. That's exactly what I was just talking about. I tweeted, I'm a creative director first before anything. That's my talent. I don't like making art. And what I meant was, I don't physically like making art. I guess people were like mad that I tweeted that. Excuse me. But yeah, people were like mad I tweeted about that. Like, Jane Remover commented under that. I didn't even know who that person was until they commented under that. And
Jane Remover's my queen. She's my goat, bro. What be going on?
they were like, I guess they were like scolding me for saying that. I'm not too sure. But, people were like, oh, Edward, you're so pretentious.
Look, if he doesn't want to make art, he wants to be a creative director, all right, man. Who am I to tell you to do whatever or to stop you from doing whatever? It's, I'm just, here to watch or see, pay attention to whatever is going on. You know what I mean? I'm interacting with the art when I can. It doesn't really, I don't know.
I'm trying to create up direct for Justin Bieber. Yeah, that was real. Like my vision for Justin Bieber, like I wanted to like flick Justin Bieber up and then have like a meth pipe like on the ground, like right next to him, but like just on the street, and then just like have him flick up and then like a meth pipe be like right there. And then cause like his fans, they be like white girls, they be like, Justin, you're doing too much drugs. Like,
yeah, I know there's a lot of controversy about Justin Bieber, and I don't really know the details about that, but I do, again, like I understand you're trying to be a troll, like that's sort of this intention with what you're saying about Justin Bieber. I don't fully see Justin Bieber wanting to be that type of person. I do kind of understand that Justin doesn't want to kind of maybe fit the same bill that he has in the past, maybe. His new album just came out. I'm likely not going to listen to that. I'm not particularly a Justin Bieber fan. But shout out Justin Bieber, I could, less than a half hour, I can drive. I had to get stitches from my finger once. Same hospital where that guy was born, bro. Justin Bieber, Ryan Gosling, Rachel McAdams, bro. That's fucking the baby trio.
I got catfished on Instagram. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I thought I was talking to a girl, but it was a dude, bro. Like, that's just how it be. I hate sex. Yeah, I was just probably tweeting that in a moment of like high emotion. Sex is like, I always finish like disgusted a little bit because I don't want to go into too many details. Art is the main reason for my suffering. Yeah, that's so real. I mean, bro, my ego is fueled by like art. I genuinely don't give a fuck about anything else or like anything, like honestly. But art is the one thing that like I care about somewhat. It causes suffering because you can lose it. And when you lose it, that creates suffering. So I'm not really attached to anything, but like art is still some like attachment there. So, yo, that is so fucking crazy because that's the guy who fought Brennan. Like he fought Brennan. And, I was trolling when I tweeted that. When I tweeted that, it was a joke. Like, but I genuinely don't know where this guy is now. Like, he doesn't respond to my text. He doesn't last thing that he told me was he's going to the Brooklyn Bridge, which sounds like some suicide shit. Like, I hope you're good, bro. Like, I hope you're good. It's not worth taking your life. I hope you're good.
I do have to say, this is a fucking lengthy interview. You get a large chunk of this sort of being about the drama in his life, and then you're getting him reacting to all these different things. This is like the longest one I have kind of looked through the other videos, like just to see the length, because I was like, damn, it's pretty long. I don't know. We're kind of just getting little tidbits and little things about, like, I'd say a vast majority here about tweets. I don't know. We'll get into more of that later.
Yeah, I tweeted that because, you just have to give up, like, your worldly, like, desires. You have to give up your desires to reach peace. And, I genuinely believe that niggas trying to fuck bitches, they be trying to get money so bad, they be trying to, like, get the most clout, get, fuck the baddest hoes, But really, they just want peace. You know, somebody's dream could be to like fuck Pink Panthers or whatever. Like, I don't know. But if they accomplish that, they're really just trying to have peace in their life.
I kind of understand what he's saying, even though he's saying it in still his troll way. The idea of peace, again, I guess I kind of would associate that with sort of like a nirvana, you know what I mean, like Buddhism type thing. And the idea, you know, we do lots of things sometimes just sort of fill a hole in ourselves potentially. Yeah, I was trying to find peace, but the thing is like, searching for peace is how you don't find peace in some ways. You know what I mean? This idea of the pursuit of it is potentially how you're not going to find it. You know what I mean? Giving up to achieve your dreams, in a sense, I think what he's trying to suggest is the pressure that you put on yourself to achieve things is not fully going to give it to you, in the way that if you took some of that mental load off, you know, the same sort of things could happen, potentially. I don't know. This is a little bit, this isn't something that really has a definitive answer. And it's not something that's, like, just the way that tweet is written, it's not something that's particularly right, or it's not particularly wrong.
I mean, yeah, I was just trying to say that, you know, everybody has their own definition of good and bad. You know, just live your fucking life, bro. Like, if you want to go kill somebody, go kill somebody. You might get put in jail, but that's where you deserve to be. Like, you deserve to be in jail. Whatever happens to you is supposed to happen. I feel like life is already perfect. Whatever happens is meant to happen, you know?
Okay, he's kind of talking in almost like a spiritual sense too about this, like whatever happens is meant to happen. Okay, but when we're like in reality, like when we're in the real world and like understanding how the grand amount of people think about things, what's meant to happen is meant to happen is, you know, lots of bad fucking things happen to people who don't deserve it at the end of the day. Like, you giving off this opinion or this example of this guy killed someone so he deserves to go to jail, okay. You also have to consider, you know, someone going to jail for murder who's wrongfully convicted. And believe it or not, you know, lots of wrongful convictions happen. I took a class on it. The reason why I bring that up is just in the sense where did this person deserve to go to jail? You know what I mean? This idea of what's meant to happen is meant to happen. So, you know what I mean? You can say it's meant to happen in maybe like if you believe in a higher power, the universe sent you down here, okay, this is what is meant to happen to your life. But when it comes to like us on Earth doing things, I just think it's, I don't know. I just don't think it really says much, really. I can understand where he says about good and bad not being things that you can inherently define. Like, it's something that everyone kind of has. You just have to make your own decisions in life, good or bad, okay? If you have to deal with the consequences, okay, which is something he suggested.
The more you try to separate yourself, whether it's by skin color, gender, sexual orientation, interest, or social status, the more you will suffer. I mean, I feel like that's true. I just feel like, you know, people are racist. People don't like black people. People don't like Asian people. People don't like white people. The more that we separate ourselves, the more conflict and chaos that there is in the world. You know, there's like niggas bombing niggas right now because they're like, oh, we on this side, they on that side.
It's sort of if you're dividing yourself, right? Which, again, this is something that I think is discussed in politics often, especially with someone like Trump. it's definitely criticized of his policies dividing people, dividing America, for instance, right? Yes, I can understand that. In a perfect world, none of these things matter, and we should all be together, loving one another. But, thinking that way doesn't particularly, in the real world, make these situations go away. You know what I mean?
For this segment, I want you to write down 3 random facts about yourself.
Fact number 1, I worked at Taco Bell. Fact number 2, I could have went to the Olympics for table tennis. Alright, I got 2 and I need 1 more.
You can say
Bro, I'm gonna put I like recording sex tapes.
Nah.
That's too crazy.
Hell no, don't put that. Because that's not you.
Don't put that.
That ain't you, bro. That ain't you.
You said don't put that?
That ain't you, bro.
Bro, that's real though.
Wait, hold on. You actually record sex tapes?
Yeah, every time that I fuck, I record.
Okay, all right, put that.
But I can't put that up. I mean, nah. Your reaction was too crazy. I can't put that.
For this segment, I want you to write down 3 things you are proud of about yourself.
Number 1, I can accomplish anything that I try. I don't know, it's just when I try stuff, it works for me. Number 2, I know how to not give a fuck. Number 3, I can motivate people very easily. I should have been like a motivational speaker.
For this segment, bro, see, y'all, why do y'all...
I like it.
I know, y'all.
I like it.
See, my team's bad. They let me have Hennessy. Anyways, for this segment, I want you to write a letter to yourself.
Bro, lock in, bro. This shit not that funny. Dear Edward Skeletrix, I really fuck with you.
Cut. Okay. That was really what you wrote, the letter? You're funny as fuck.
Bro, what do you mean?
For this segment, draw whatever you want. Bro, you're a troll, bro. This is hilarious, bro.
Hold that right there, bro.
This is the Earth. And, this is like the orbit. And this is another solar system. Like, this is a completely separate solar system right here. All right.
What?
Oh, man.
So that may coincide with what happened to him in his art exhibit, basically that same type gig. But okay, there you have it. That's the interview there. That's a long fucking interview, man. Again, like I was saying, I think such a huge length of that, it goes to sort of the drama going on with Brennan Jones, and then we get into all this stuff. I won't deny he's a certainly interesting character. I do genuinely think that the way his tweets work, they might have some provoking thought in it. I do think that they're intentionally written in a way to elicit a reaction. I do believe that he is trying to elicit a reaction from you, and it does seem like he gets that, right? And he's already said that he's a troll, right? It seems like a lot of things that he's doing, albeit even if sometimes they can have something worthwhile of thinking about, it's a troll. It's right. So I don't know, because of that, right? When you watch something like this, you know, you're certainly gonna have like a distance to who Edward Skeletrix is as a person, as opposed to maybe someone else, right? Someone else, it seems like they're bearing who they are. And in here, it's hard to maybe really grab at that with Edward, I will say. But regardless of that, there's certainly some interesting things to hear about him. He's still a relatively young guy, and you know, he's certainly done a lot with his career. And you know, I'm still curious as to where else he will go. Like, you know, he's still like some sort of underground artist who, regardless of being underground, he is doing very strange things. He's not really following a status quo or what's expected of a musician, right? And like he said, he doesn't really, his main directive is not being a musician, but being a creative director. And so I don't know what to expect or what to think about where he will be in a year or a few years, what so have you, right? But he definitely stands out. So yeah. If there's anything else you want to see me react to, anything at all, you can put a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.